Have you ever felt weighed down by thoughts that seem to spiral out of control? Do you wonder why some days feel heavy with negativity, while others are light and uplifting? Imagine walking into a room filled with tension and discomfort. How does that make you feel? Now, think about your mind as that room. If it's cluttered with bad energy, how can you find peace? In our daily lives, we encounter a barrage of negativity. From stressful jobs to difficult relationships, it can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that there are simple yet profound ways to remove this bad energy and transform your mental space? By exploring Buddhist teachings, we can learn to cultivate a clearer, more peaceful mind. Welcome to Wisdom Woven. In this video series, we will embark on a journey to uncover effective techniques for clearing negative energy from your mind. Each part will provide you with valuable insights and practical advice that can lead to a more serene and fulfilling life. Now, here's a thought. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. If you find this content valuable, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world and helps us continue sharing this wisdom with everyone. As we delve deeper, we will explore the roots of negative thoughts and discover ways to transform our mindset. It's time to clear that mental clutter and welcome positive energy into your life. Let's get started. The roots of negative thoughts. Understanding the cause. To understand how to remove bad energy from our minds, we must first look at where these negative thoughts come from. It's like trying to clean a river. If we don't understand the source of the pollution, we can't fix the problem. So, what are the roots of negative thoughts? They often stem from fear, past experiences, and attachments. Fear is a powerful force. It can shape our thoughts and actions in ways we don't even realize. Have you ever felt afraid of failing? This fear can lead to negative thinking patterns, convincing you that you're not good enough or that you can't achieve your goals. It can hold you back, keeping you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt. Recognizing this fear is the first step. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Understanding your fear allows you to see it for what it is, a mere thought, not a reality. Past experiences also play a significant role in shaping our mindset. Maybe you faced criticism when you were young or experienced a painful loss. These events can leave scars that influence how you view yourself and the world. Often, we carry these burdens without realizing it. It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. To lighten your load, reflect on your past. Acknowledge those experiences, but don't let them define you. You are not your past. You are your present and future. Attachments, whether to people, outcomes, or possessions, can also lead to negative thoughts. We often cling tightly to what we love, fearing its loss. This attachment can create anxiety and stress. Imagine a beautiful flower. When we hold on too tightly, we may crush it, ruining its beauty. Instead, practice letting go. Appreciate what you have, but understand that nothing is permanent. This acceptance brings freedom and peace. Buddhism teaches us about the concept of dukkha, often translated as suffering or dissatisfaction. This idea highlights that life is filled with challenges. By understanding this, we can begin to detach from our negative thoughts. It's essential to recognize that it's not the events themselves that cause suffering, but our reactions to them. By shifting our perspective, we can change how we feel. Another important aspect is the role of the mind. Our thoughts are not always true reflections of reality. They can be distorted by biases, fears, and misconceptions. Just because you think something doesn't make it true. Challenge your thoughts. When you notice negativity creeping in, ask yourself, is this thought based on fact or fear? By questioning your thoughts, you can start to peel away layers of negativity. Mindfulness is a powerful tool to help understand the roots of your thoughts. It encourages you to observe your mind without judgment. Instead of getting lost in negative thinking, take a step back. Notice your thoughts as they come and go, like clouds passing in the sky. This practice allows you to create space between yourself and your thoughts. You begin to realize that thoughts are temporary. They don't have to dictate your emotions. Additionally, the people around you can influence your mindset. Are you surrounded by negativity? Sometimes, it's necessary to reassess your relationships. Toxic environments can feed your negative thoughts. Seek out supportive and uplifting individuals who inspire you to be your best self. Surrounding yourself with positivity can help diminish the power of negative thoughts. Let's also consider the impact of self-talk. How do you speak to yourself? Many of us have an inner critic that can be harsh and unforgiving. This critical voice can reinforce negative beliefs. Practice self-compassion instead. Treat yourself with kindness, as you would a close friend. Replace negative self-talk with affirmations. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, pause and reframe those thoughts positively. Lastly, remember that healing is a journey, not a destination. It's normal to experience ups and downs along the way. Be patient with yourself as you work to understand the roots of your negative thoughts. Acknowledge that it takes time to change ingrained patterns. Celebrate small victories and be gentle when setbacks occur. By understanding the roots of your negative thoughts, you set the foundation for clearing that bad energy from your mind. Recognizing fear, reflecting on past experiences, letting go of attachments, questioning your thoughts, and practicing mindfulness are all steps on this path. As we continue this journey together, we will explore more practical ways to cleanse our minds and cultivate a positive mindset. Each step brings you closer to a clearer, more peaceful state of being. Mindfulness and meditation, techniques to clear the mind. In our busy world, it's easy to get lost in the noise. Our thoughts race, worries pile up, and negativity seeps in. But there's a way to quiet that storm within us. Mindfulness and meditation offer powerful tools to clear our minds and reconnect with our inner peace. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment. It means paying attention to what's happening around you and within you without judgment. Imagine sipping your morning tea. Instead of scrolling through your phone or planning your day, focus entirely on the warmth of the cup, the aroma of the tea, and the taste. This simple act can ground you, helping to reduce anxiety and stress. Why practice mindfulness? When we're mindful, we create space in our minds. This space allows us to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. Think of it as watching clouds drift by in the sky. You don't have to grab onto each cloud. You can simply watch them pass. This practice helps us notice negative thoughts and feelings, allowing us to let them go instead of holding onto them. Getting started with mindfulness. You don't need to dedicate hours each day to mindfulness. Start small. Try taking a few moments each day to practice. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. Notice how it feels to breathe in and out. If your mind wanders, gently bring your focus back to your breath. This is mindfulness in action, the power of meditation. Meditation takes mindfulness a step further. It's a practice that can deepen your awareness and bring clarity to your thoughts. There are many forms of meditation, but let's explore a simple one: guided meditation. You can find countless resources online, from videos to audio recordings. In guided meditation, a voice will lead you through the process. It often begins with deep breathing to help you relax. As you listen, you'll be encouraged to visualize a peaceful place or focus on calming affirmations. This helps to settle your mind and create a sense of tranquility, creating a meditation space. Setting up a dedicated space for meditation can enhance your practice. Choose a quiet corner in your home where you can sit comfortably. Add items that bring you peace, perhaps a candle, a soft blanket, or a few plants. Make this space your sanctuary, a place to retreat from the chaos of daily life. Consistency is key. To reap the benefits of mindfulness and meditation, consistency is crucial. Start with just 5 minutes a day and gradually increase the time as you become more comfortable. The goal isn't to empty your mind completely. It's to become aware of your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Benefits beyond the mat. The beauty of mindfulness and meditation is that they extend beyond your practice time. As you cultivate awareness, you'll find it easier to stay present throughout your day. You'll notice the small joys, the laughter of a friend, the colors of a sunset, or the sound of rain. These moments can shift your perspective and help you appreciate life more fully. Mindfulness in daily activities. You can practice mindfulness in everyday activities too. While washing dishes, focus on the sensation of water and the warmth of the soap. When walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. These simple actions, when done mindfully, can transform routine tasks into moments of peace. Overcoming challenges. You might encounter challenges in your mindfulness journey. Your mind may wander, or you may feel restless. That's perfectly normal. Acknowledge these feelings without judgment. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Each time you gently guide your attention back, you're strengthening your mindfulness muscle. The role of compassion. As you become more mindful, you'll likely notice a shift in how you treat yourself and others. Compassion flows naturally from mindfulness. You'll become kinder to yourself, letting go of harsh self-judgments. This kindness extends to those around you, creating a ripple effect of positivity. Integrating mindfulness into your life. Think about ways to integrate mindfulness into your daily routine. Perhaps you can take a mindful walk during your lunch break or practice deep breathing before a meeting. The key is to find moments where you can pause, breathe, and reconnect with the present. Journaling as a mindfulness tool. Another effective technique is journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help clarify your mind. Set aside a few minutes each day to jot down what you're grateful for or what's been on your mind. This practice can be a powerful way to release negativity and foster a positive mindset. The journey continues. Mindfulness and meditation are journeys, not destinations. You'll discover new layers of awareness as you practice. There will be days when it feels easy and days when it feels challenging. Embrace it all as part of the process. The more you engage with these practices, the more you'll notice positive changes in your life. Finding community. Consider joining a mindfulness or meditation group, either in person or online. Sharing your experiences with others can provide support and encouragement. It's also a great way to learn from others and deepen your practice. Final thoughts. Remember, the path to clearing your mind of bad energy is a personal journey. Mindfulness and meditation can guide you, but ultimately, it's about finding what resonates with you. Embrace the process and be gentle with yourself. The more you practice, the more you'll discover the beauty of a peaceful mind. The role of compassion. Healing the self and others. In our journey toward removing bad energy, one powerful tool we often overlook is compassion. Compassion is more than just feeling sorry for someone. It's about understanding their pain and extending kindness not only to them but also to ourselves. When we practice compassion, we create a ripple effect that can transform our inner world and the world around us. Imagine you are in a crowded place and you see someone who looks sad or distressed. What's your first instinct? Often, we might just walk by, absorbed in our own thoughts. But what if, instead, we paused for a moment to acknowledge their struggle? That simple act of awareness can make a difference, both for them and for ourselves. When we connect with others through compassion, we not only help lighten their burdens, but also open our hearts. In Buddhism, compassion is a core teaching. It encourages us to see the interconnectedness of all beings. When we recognize that everyone experiences suffering, it becomes easier to extend kindness. This doesn't mean we should ignore our own needs. Rather, we should balance caring for ourselves with caring for others. By doing so, we create a sense of harmony within our hearts. Compassion begins at home, within ourselves. Many of us are our own harshest critics, filled with self-doubt and negative self-talk. It's important to remember that we deserve compassion just as much as anyone else. When we make a mistake or face challenges, instead of berating ourselves, we can treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a friend. This self-compassion can release bad energy, making way for healing and growth. To cultivate compassion, we can start with simple practices. One effective method is to take a few minutes each day to reflect on someone in your life, perhaps a friend, family member, or even a stranger. Picture their struggles and imagine extending kindness to them. You can say silently, "May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering." This practice not only helps them, but also opens your heart, allowing more positive energy to flow in. Another powerful practice is loving kindness meditation. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Begin by focusing on yourself, repeating phrases of kindness and love. After a few minutes, expand your focus to include loved ones, acquaintances, and even those you find challenging. This meditation creates a connection of compassion that can diminish negativity and foster a sense of peace. Compassion also extends to our actions. When we see someone in need, whether it's a friend going through a tough time or a stranger struggling, offering help can transform our own feelings of heaviness. Even small gestures, like listening, offering a smile, or sharing a moment of laughter, can spread good energy. These acts can lift not only others but also ourselves, reminding us of the goodness in the world. As we engage in compassionate actions, we might notice a shift within us. When we focus on helping others, our own troubles seem lighter. This doesn't mean we should neglect our own issues. Instead, it highlights the power of connection. By sharing our hearts with others, we create a web of support that uplifts us all. In moments of anger or frustration, practicing compassion can be particularly challenging but also essential. When someone hurts us, our instinct may be to retaliate or shut down. Yet, if we take a step back and try to understand their perspective, we can find empathy. Perhaps they are struggling with their own pain, and their actions are a reflection of that. By choosing compassion over anger, we break the cycle of negativity and pave the way for healing. Cultivating compassion is a lifelong practice. There will be days when it feels difficult or impossible. During these times, it's vital to remind ourselves that even small efforts count. Every act of kindness contributes to a more compassionate world. The more we practice, the easier it becomes to approach life with an open heart. As we continue this journey, let's remember that compassion isn't a destination but a path. Each step we take toward understanding and kindness helps us shed the burdens of bad energy. By embracing compassion, we not only heal ourselves but also contribute to the well-being of others. It's a beautiful cycle that nourishes our spirit and fosters a deeper connection with the world. In this interconnected web of life, every thread matters. When we weave compassion into our daily experiences, we create a fabric of love and understanding. This practice not only transforms our own minds, but also impacts those around us. Together, let's embrace this power of compassion and allow it to illuminate our lives. As we do, we'll find that the bad energy we once carried begins to dissolve, replaced by a warm glow of positivity and peace. Understanding impermanence, letting go of attachments. Life is a river, always flowing, always changing. Have you ever watched the water move past? It never stays the same, just like our experiences and emotions. Understanding the concept of impermanence is key to releasing the attachments that hold us back. In Buddhism, everything is seen as temporary. Joys come and go, just as sorrows do. When we cling to moments, thinking they will last forever, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Imagine holding tightly to a balloon, believing it will never pop. The more you grip it, the more you stress about losing it. But if you let go, you allow it to float freely, experiencing the beauty of its journey. Let's think about our relationships. We often form deep attachments to people, fearing change or loss. But just like seasons change, so do relationships. People come into our lives for a reason and may leave when that reason is fulfilled. Instead of resisting this natural flow, we can learn to appreciate the moments we have with them. This doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we embrace the idea that nothing is permanent, allowing ourselves to experience love without fear. Think about your favorite memory. How does it feel? Cherished, right? But if you hold on to it too tightly, longing for it to return, it can create sadness. The memory will always be there, but clinging to it can blind you to the joy of the present. By accepting impermanence, we open ourselves up to new experiences, allowing life to surprise us. When we talk about letting go, it doesn't mean forgetting. It means acknowledging that change is a part of life. Imagine a tree shedding its leaves in autumn. It doesn't resist. It lets go, making way for new growth in spring. Similarly, by releasing our attachments, we create space for new opportunities and relationships to blossom. Consider your thoughts and feelings. We often cling to negative emotions, like anger or fear. These feelings can weigh us down and cloud our judgment. Instead of holding on, try observing them. Acknowledge that they are there, but remind yourself they, too, are temporary. You might say to yourself, "This feeling is valid, but it will pass." By recognizing impermanence, you allow yourself to experience emotions without becoming trapped by them. One powerful practice is meditation. When you meditate, focus on your breath. Notice how each inhale and exhale is unique, like waves on a shore. This practice teaches us to let go of distractions and connect with the present moment. When thoughts of the past or future arise, gently guide your attention back to your breath. This simple act of returning helps cultivate a sense of acceptance and peace. In our consumer-driven world, we often form attachments to material things. We believe that acquiring more will bring us happiness. But true joy comes from within, not from possessions. Consider decluttering your space, letting go of items that no longer serve you. As you do this, notice how light and free you feel. This physical act of letting go mirrors the emotional process we need to undertake. Another important aspect of understanding impermanence is recognizing the cycles of life. Everything is born, grows, and eventually fades away. This cycle is not something to fear. It's a natural part of existence. By accepting this, we can live more fully in the present, appreciating each moment for what it is, rather than what we wish it could be. Let's reflect on nature. Each day is different, shaped by weather, seasons, and life itself. Embrace the changes in your environment as they can teach you about your own journey. Just like flowers bloom and wither, we too go through phases in life. Embracing this flow allows us to navigate challenges with grace. As we start to understand and accept impermanence, we can begin to see life's beauty in the fleeting moments. A sunset is stunning not just because of its colors, but because it will never happen exactly the same way again. This uniqueness makes it precious. Apply this perspective to your daily experiences, and you'll find joy in the ordinary. Try practicing gratitude. At the end of each day, reflect on 3 things you appreciated, however small. This helps ground you in the present and encourages you to recognize the beauty in transience. It's a reminder that every moment holds value, and we should savor them while we can. In conclusion, embracing the concept of impermanence allows us to let go of attachments that weigh us down. Life is a constant flow of experiences, and by understanding that nothing lasts forever, we can live more freely and joyfully. Letting go opens us up to new beginnings and endless possibilities. So, take a deep breath, embrace the change, and flow with life's river. The power of forgiveness, releasing grudges and resentments. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in our journey to remove bad energy from our minds. It is often misunderstood. Many believe that forgiving someone means condoning their actions. But true forgiveness is about freeing ourselves from the heavy burdens of anger and resentment. Holding on to grudges only weighs us down and keeps us trapped in a cycle of negativity. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents a hurt, a betrayal, or a disappointment. The longer you carry it, the more it drags you down. Forgiveness is like taking off that backpack and setting it aside. You may not forget what happened, but you can choose not to let it define you. In Buddhism, forgiveness is deeply intertwined with the concept of compassion. When we forgive, we are not just liberating others, we are also giving ourselves the gift of peace. This is rooted in the understanding that everyone, including ourselves, is fallible. We all make mistakes. Recognizing this can soften our hearts and open the door to forgiveness. To begin the process of forgiveness, start by acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel hurt or betrayed. Give yourself permission to experience these emotions. Once you've recognized them, reflect on what you can learn from the situation. Often, these experiences teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and our boundaries. Next, consider the person you need to forgive. Instead of viewing them as a villain, try to see them as a human being who has struggled, just like you. They may have acted out of their own pain or ignorance. This perspective can help cultivate empathy, allowing you to move from anger to understanding. You might find it helpful to visualize the act of forgiveness. Close your eyes and imagine the person you need to forgive standing in front of you. Picture all the negative energy you hold towards them as a dark cloud. Now, imagine that cloud slowly dissipating as you speak words of forgiveness, either silently or aloud. This simple visualization can create a powerful emotional release. Another important aspect of forgiveness is letting go of the need for an apology. Often, we hold on to grudges waiting for someone to acknowledge their wrongdoing. But what if that acknowledgement never comes? By releasing this expectation, you take back your power. You are no longer waiting for someone else to heal your wounds. You can heal yourself. Practicing self-forgiveness is equally important. We can be our own harshest critics, Reflect on times when you've made mistakes or acted in ways you regret. Acknowledge those moments and learn from them. Offer yourself the same compassion you would offer a friend. Understand that you are human, and it's okay to stumble. Journaling can be a helpful tool in this process. Write down your thoughts and feelings about the situation you're trying to forgive. Document the lessons learned and the positive outcomes that could arise from forgiveness. This practice not only clarifies your thoughts, but also serves as a release for pent-up emotions. As you move forward, consider establishing a mantra that reinforces your commitment to forgiveness. Phrases like, "I release this burden," or "I choose peace" can be repeated during meditation or throughout your day. Over time, these affirmations can shift your mindset and help you embrace forgiveness more fully. Remember, forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. It may take time and repeated effort to fully let go of deep-seated resentments. Be gentle with yourself during this process. Celebrate small victories along the way, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. Engaging in mindfulness practices can further support your journey to forgiveness. Meditation allows you to sit with your feelings without judgment. It can create space for understanding and acceptance, helping you see the bigger picture beyond the hurt. Connecting with nature can also foster forgiveness. Spend time outdoors, whether it's in a park or your backyard. Nature has a way of grounding us and reminding us of the beauty in life. As you walk, reflect on the power of letting go and the freedom it brings. In summary, the power of forgiveness is essential for removing bad energy from our minds. It liberates us from the shackles of resentment and paves the way for inner peace. By embracing compassion, letting go of grudges, and practicing self-forgiveness, we can transform our mental landscape. The path may not always be easy, but the rewards of forgiveness, freedom, peace, and a lighter heart are worth every step. Detaching from the ego, embracing humility and peace. In the bustling world we live in, it's easy to get caught up in our own stories. Our ego often drives us, whispering thoughts of superiority or inadequacy. But what if we could step back and see things differently? What if we could let go of the need to be the best or to constantly prove ourselves? Ego is like a heavy backpack filled with rocks. The more we carry, the more tired we become. This weight is made up of comparisons, judgments, and the constant need for validation. In Buddhism, the ego is viewed as an illusion, a false sense of self that clouds our true nature. By detaching from it, we can lighten our mental load and experience true peace. Let's consider a simple analogy. Imagine a pond covered with leaves and debris. The water below is clear and still, but the surface is chaotic. Our ego creates that chaos, stirring up unnecessary emotions and reactions. When we detach from it, we allow the surface to settle, revealing the calm water beneath. This is where clarity and peace reside. One powerful way to begin this detachment is through self-reflection. Take a moment each day to sit quietly and observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, what drives this feeling? Is it my ego speaking? By recognizing these patterns, you create distance between your true self and the voice of the ego. This practice can be enlightening, as it allows you to differentiate between your genuine feelings and those shaped by external pressures. Humility is a vital quality to cultivate in this journey. It allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger whole, rather than isolated individuals. When we embrace humility, we acknowledge that everyone has struggles and triumphs. We realize that we don't have to be perfect, we just need to be ourselves. This mindset opens doors to deeper connections with others, fostering empathy and understanding. In daily life, we can practice humility in small ways. Instead of striving to be the center of attention, listen actively to those around you. Engage in conversations with curiosity, rather than judgment. When you focus on others, you shift your attention away from your ego and create a space for genuine connection. You'll find that these moments of openness bring more joy than any fleeting sense of superiority. Another important aspect of detaching from the ego is letting go of the need for control. Life is unpredictable, and trying to control every situation often leads to frustration and disappointment. Instead, embrace the idea of acceptance. This doesn't mean you stop striving for your goals. Rather, it means you learn to flow with life's currents instead of fighting against them. Think about a river. It bends and twists, adapting to the landscape it encounters. If the river were rigid, it would become blocked and stagnant. By being flexible and open to change, you allow life to unfold in its natural way. Trust that the universe has a plan, and that everything happens for a reason, even the challenges we face. As you work on detaching from your ego, remember to be kind to yourself. This process takes time and patience. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take towards humility and peace is a victory worth acknowledging. It's not about perfection, it's about growth. When we release the grip of the ego, we also free ourselves from the chains of resentment and anger. Many conflicts arise from ego-driven reactions. When someone challenges us, our instinct may be to defend our pride. But what if we responded with understanding instead? What if we chose to see the other person's perspective? This shift can dissolve tension and create harmony in relationships. In the Buddhist tradition, we learn the importance of interconnectedness. We are all part of a vast web of existence, and every action has a ripple effect. When we act from a place of humility, we contribute positively to that web. Our choices matter, and they can inspire others to do the same. Ultimately, detaching from the ego allows us to cultivate a sense of inner peace that transcends external circumstances. We become less affected by praise or criticism. Instead, we find contentment within ourselves. This inner stability creates a solid foundation for our lives, allowing us to navigate challenges with grace and ease. As we conclude this part, take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with your ego. Are there areas where you can practice humility? Are there situations where you can let go of the need for control? Embrace the journey of detachment, and remember that every step you take brings you closer to a peaceful mind and a compassionate heart. The influence of karma, creating positive energy in life. Karma is a simple yet profound concept. It means that every action we take, whether big or small, creates an effect in our lives. Think of it as a seed we plant. When we plant good seeds, we grow positive experiences. When we plant negative ones, we reap negative consequences. This is the essence of karma. What goes around comes around. Imagine you're walking through a garden. If you spend your time pulling out weeds and planting flowers, your garden thrives. But if you neglect it, it becomes overrun with unwanted plants. Similarly, our actions shape our mental and emotional garden. Every kind act, every moment of compassion, helps cultivate a space of positivity and peace. In our daily lives, we often face choices. These choices can either uplift us or bring us down. When we act with kindness, we send out ripples of good energy into the universe. For example, a simple smile or a compliment can brighten someone's day. This not only makes them feel good, but also returns that positive energy to you. Consider this. When you help others, you help yourself. When you practice generosity, you're nurturing an environment of positivity that eventually reflects back on you. Every time you lend a hand or share a kind word, you are creating a cycle of goodness that contributes to your overall happiness and well-being. Now, let's reflect on the opposite side. When we act out of anger, jealousy, or resentment, we plant seeds of negativity. These actions can create a toxic environment, not just for others but also for ourselves. If we hold on to grudges or harbor ill feelings, we carry that weight with us, clouding our minds and hearts. It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Eventually, it becomes exhausting. So how do we change this cycle? It starts with awareness. Be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Before you react to a situation, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Ask yourself, what seed am I planting right now? Will this action create positive energy or negative energy? This simple pause can shift your response and help you choose kindness over anger. Buddhism teaches us the importance of intention. When you act with a clear, positive intention, the results are often favorable. Think about your motivations before you engage in any action. If you aim to uplift others, your efforts will not only benefit them but will also enrich your own life. This alignment of intention and action creates harmony and balance. One powerful practice to cultivate positive karma is through gratitude. When we focus on what we're thankful for, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Take a moment each day to acknowledge the good in your life. This can be as simple as appreciating a sunny day or expressing gratitude for a friend. As you do this, you'll notice how it transforms your perspective and fills your mind with positive energy. Another effective way to generate positive karma is through service. Engaging in acts of kindness without expecting anything in return is a beautiful way to plant seeds of positivity. Volunteer your time, help a neighbor, or simply lend a listening ear to someone in need. These selfless acts create waves of good energy that come back to you, often in unexpected ways. Additionally, remember the power of forgiveness. Holding on to past grievances only weighs you down. By forgiving those who have hurt you, you release that negative energy and create space for healing and growth. Forgiveness does not mean condoning the actions of others. It means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. As you become more aware of your actions and their consequences, you will start to notice a change in your life. Small shifts in your behavior can lead to significant transformations. You'll find that your interactions become more positive and your mind begins to clear. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, everything feels brighter. Karma is not about punishment or reward. It's a natural law of cause and effect. When you understand this, it empowers you to make choices that create a more joyful and fulfilling life. Every action is a chance to make a positive impact, not just on yourself, but on the world around you. In essence, by cultivating positive karma, you are also removing bad energy from your life. The more good you do, the less space there is for negativity. This is not just a theoretical concept, it's a practical way to live. Each day offers new opportunities to plant good seeds. Embrace them, and watch as your life transforms. As you move forward, remember that your actions matter. Every kind word, every act of compassion, contributes to the positive energy you cultivate. This cycle of good karma creates a ripple effect, extending far beyond your immediate surroundings. By being a source of positivity, you inspire others to do the same. In the end, it all comes down to choice. Choose kindness, choose gratitude, choose forgiveness. By doing so, you align yourself with the flow of positive energy that the universe offers. And as you create this positive energy in your life, you will find that the bad energy begins to fade away, making room for peace, joy, and fulfillment. The practice of loving kindness, cultivating positivity. In our journey to remove bad energy from our minds, one of the most transformative practices we can embrace is loving kindness. Often referred to by its Pali name, metta. Loving kindness is the practice of extending love and goodwill to ourselves and others. This approach can create a powerful shift in our energy and outlook on life. Imagine starting each day by cultivating a warm feeling in your heart. Picture someone you care about deeply. As you think of them, allow feelings of love and kindness to fill your mind. This simple exercise sets a positive tone for your day and can ripple outward, affecting those around you. Loving kindness is not just about wishing well for others. It begins with ourselves. Many of us are quick to criticize or judge ourselves harshly. But just as we would offer compassion to a friend in need, we must learn to extend that same kindness inward. Begin by taking a moment to acknowledge your feelings, whether joy, sadness, or frustration. Embrace them without judgment. Say to yourself, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease." This simple mantra can shift your internal dialogue and help dissolve negative energy. Once you feel that sense of kindness toward yourself, you can begin to extend it to others. Start with someone close to you, perhaps a family member or a friend. Visualize them in your mind and repeat the loving kindness phrases. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Notice how this simple act changes your feelings toward them, often replacing feelings of annoyance or resentment with love and compassion. As you practice, gradually expand this circle of kindness. Include acquaintances, strangers, and even those you may find challenging. It may feel strange at first, but it's a powerful way to transform your relationships and, ultimately, your inner state. Imagine sending loving energy to someone who has upset you. This does not excuse their behavior, but acknowledges your desire for their happiness, which can free you from the weight of negativity. Loving kindness meditation can be practiced anywhere, anytime. Find a comfortable space, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Visualize a warm, glowing light radiating from your heart. With each breath, imagine this light growing brighter and expanding, filling your body and then extending outward. Picture it surrounding the people you love, then those you know, and finally everyone in your community and beyond. This practice can create a profound sense of connection and empathy, reducing the barriers that often lead to conflict and negativity. When we cultivate loving kindness, we also begin to notice the beauty in the world around us. Instead of focusing on what's wrong or what we lack, we can shift our attention to the kindness and goodness present in everyday moments. A smile from a stranger, a beautiful sunset, or a warm cup of tea can become sources of joy and gratitude. This shift in perspective allows us to create a positive energy reservoir we can draw upon during challenging times. Loving kindness is also about forgiveness. Holding on to grudges and negative feelings weighs heavily on our minds. When we practice loving kindness, we learn to let go of these burdens. Instead of holding resentment, we choose to see others through a lens of compassion. This doesn't mean ignoring harmful actions. Rather, it's about freeing ourselves from the emotional shackles that hold us back. A simple way to practice forgiveness through loving kindness is to visualize the person who has hurt you. Imagine them surrounded by the same warm light you cultivated earlier. Wish for their happiness and well-being, even if you're struggling to feel it. This act of compassion can help heal old wounds and pave the way for a lighter heart. Loving kindness also nurtures patience. When we practice extending love to everyone around us, we develop the ability to accept things as they are, rather than how we wish them to be. Life is filled with imperfections, and rather than reacting with frustration, we can learn to respond with kindness and understanding. This patience can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth and connection. As we continue to integrate loving kindness into our daily lives, we create a ripple effect. Our positive energy can inspire others to act kindly, fostering a cycle of compassion in our communities. Imagine a world where kindness is the norm, where people lift each other up rather than tear each other down. This is not just a dream. It can be our reality if we commit to practicing loving kindness in our lives. Finally, loving kindness can help us face adversity with grace. Life will inevitably bring challenges, but when we approach them with a heart full of love, we find strength and resilience. By cultivating kindness toward ourselves, we can navigate tough times with a sense of calm and clarity. We become less reactive and more thoughtful, allowing us to respond rather than react in heated moments. In summary, the practice of loving kindness is a powerful tool for clearing negative energy from our minds. By nurturing love and compassion for ourselves and others, we create a vibrant, positive mental landscape. This practice not only benefits us, but can also inspire those around us to cultivate their kindness. Let's embrace loving kindness as a daily practice and watch how it transforms our lives and the lives of those we touch. Through this journey, we can create a world where love, understanding, and positivity flourish, overcoming fear and anxiety, finding inner strength. Fear and anxiety are feelings that many of us face in our daily lives. They can grip us tightly, making it hard to breathe, think, or even move. But what if we could learn to see these feelings differently? What if, instead of allowing them to control us, we could transform them into opportunities for growth? In Buddhism, fear is often seen as an illusion, something that arises from our attachment to the past or worries about the future. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. You look down and feel a rush of panic, but that panic doesn't come from the height itself. It comes from your thoughts about what might happen. This is where we can begin to shift our perspective. The first step in overcoming fear is to acknowledge it. Instead of running away from your feelings, sit with them for a moment. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? This simple act of recognition can be powerful. It allows you to separate the fear from the reality of the situation. When we confront our fears head-on, we often find they are not as daunting as they seem. Next, let's explore mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness means being present in the moment without judgment. When fear arises, take a deep breath. Focus on your breath going in and out. As you breathe, imagine the fear floating away like a cloud in the sky. This exercise can help you ground yourself and regain control over your emotions. Another essential practice is meditation. Regular meditation creates a safe space for you to examine your thoughts and feelings. It helps you build resilience. Even just a few minutes each day can have a profound effect. As you meditate, visualize yourself facing your fears. Picture yourself standing strong, unyielding, as the fear washes over you like waves. Eventually, those waves will recede, leaving you standing firm. Understanding impermanence is also crucial in overcoming fear. Everything in life is transient, including our fears. Just as a storm passes, so too will these feelings. When you recognize that fear is not permanent, it becomes easier to endure. You can remind yourself that you have faced challenges before and emerged stronger. Each experience adds to your wisdom. Compassion plays a significant role in this journey. Be kind to yourself. When fear arises, it's easy to criticize or judge your reactions. Instead, offer yourself compassion. Understand that everyone experiences fear. It's a part of being human. Embrace it without self-criticism. By treating yourself gently, you create an environment where courage can grow. Let's also talk about the power of community. Sharing your fears with trusted friends or family can lighten the burden. You might find that others have experienced similar feelings. Talking about your fears can demystify them, making them feel less overwhelming. Supportive relationships are essential in navigating fear and anxiety. Journaling is another effective tool. Write down your fears and anxieties. Putting your thoughts on paper can clarify them and lessen their hold on you. As you write, consider asking yourself questions like, what is the worst that could happen? And how likely is that to occur? Often, the reality is much less frightening than our imaginations lead us to believe. Another strategy is to engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Whether it's painting, hiking, or reading, these activities can serve as a balm for your mind. They allow you to shift your focus away from fear and anxiety, giving you a much-needed break. When you immerse yourself in something you love, the grip of fear loosens. As you continue on this path, remember that you are not alone. Many have walked this road before you. Look to the teachings of those who have faced their fears. Stories of resilience can inspire you. The Buddha himself faced immense challenges and fear, yet he found a way to transcend them. His teachings remind us that we have the strength within us to overcome our struggles. Ultimately, the journey of overcoming fear and anxiety is one of self-discovery. Each step you take helps you uncover your inner strength. Celebrate the small victories along the way. Whether it's confronting a fear or simply recognizing it, each action counts. Embrace the idea that fear can be a teacher. It often points us toward areas in our lives that need attention or healing. Instead of shying away from these feelings, lean into them. What lessons can they offer? What truths can you uncover about yourself? As you work through fear, practice patience. Change doesn't happen overnight. Some days will be easier than others. That's okay. It's a part of the process. Remind yourself that you are growing. Every experience contributes to your strength. Remember the mantra, "This too shall pass." Whenever fear grips you, repeat this phrase in your mind. It can serve as a grounding reminder that you are capable and resilient. Each moment brings the potential for change and growth. In conclusion, overcoming fear and anxiety is a journey that takes time, effort, and compassion. By embracing mindfulness, meditation, and community support, you can begin to shift your relationship with fear. Celebrate your journey and trust in your ability to find peace within. You have the strength to rise above, transforming fear into a powerful ally in your life. Achieving balance, harmony of mind, body, and spirit. Balance is essential for a peaceful life. Imagine a seesaw. When both sides are equal, it moves smoothly. But if one side is heavier, it tips and wobbles. This is similar to our lives. When our mind, body, and spirit are in harmony, we feel centered. However, when one aspect is out of balance, it can create chaos and discomfort. In our busy world, it's easy to get caught up in one area of our lives, work, relationships, or even our thoughts. This can lead to stress and fatigue. But, just like a garden needs various plants to thrive, we need to nurture all parts of ourselves to achieve balance. Let's start with the mind. A busy mind often brings confusion and anxiety. To find balance, we can practice mindfulness. This means being present in the moment, focusing on our breath, and noticing our thoughts without judgment. When we take time to quiet our minds, we can see things more clearly. It's like cleaning a foggy window. Suddenly, the view becomes vibrant and clear. Next, consider your body. Our bodies are our homes, and they need care and attention. Regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate sleep are crucial. When we neglect our physical health, it affects our mental state. Think of it this way. If you pour water into a cup with a hole in it, the cup will never be full. But when we take care of our bodies, we build a strong foundation that supports our mind and spirit. Now, let's talk about the spirit. This is often the most overlooked aspect of balance. Our spirit is connected to our values, beliefs, and sense of purpose. Taking time to reflect on what truly matters to us can help bring peace and fulfillment. Activities like meditation, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones can nourish our spirit and enhance our overall balance. One effective practice is to create a daily routine that incorporates elements for the mind, body, and spirit. For instance, you could start your day with meditation to calm the mind, follow it with a nourishing breakfast to fuel the body, and spend a few moments reflecting on your goals and values to uplift the spirit. This simple routine sets a positive tone for the day ahead. Another powerful tool for achieving balance is gratitude. When we focus on what we are grateful for, it shifts our mindset. Instead of dwelling on what is lacking, we appreciate the abundance in our lives. Keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you are thankful for each day, can help cultivate this habit. Moreover, setting boundaries is vital for maintaining balance. It's easy to become overwhelmed by obligations and expectations from others. Learning to say no when necessary protects your time and energy, allowing you to prioritize what truly matters. Just as a tree needs space to grow, we, too, need room to flourish. Finding balance is an ongoing journey. It's essential to be gentle with ourselves during this process. Sometimes, we may feel out of sync, and that's okay. Recognizing when something feels off is the first step toward restoring balance. It's a practice of self-awareness that takes time to develop. Lastly, surround yourself with positive influences. Engage with people who uplift and inspire you. Just as a plant thrives in good soil, we flourish in environments that nurture our growth. Seek out communities, whether online or offline, that align with your values and encourage a balanced lifestyle. In summary, achieving balance in our mind, body, and spirit is crucial for leading a fulfilling life. By practicing mindfulness, caring for our bodies, nurturing our spirits, establishing routines, expressing gratitude, setting boundaries, and surrounding ourselves with positivity, we can create a harmonious existence. This balance allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, paving the way for a brighter, more peaceful future. Embrace this journey toward balance, and watch as your life transforms into a more joyful and centered experience. Conclusion: sustaining a life free from negative energy. As we come to the end of our journey together, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned about removing bad energy from our minds. Each insight we've explored has been a stepping stone toward a more peaceful and fulfilling life. The essence of this journey lies in understanding that our minds are like gardens. What we cultivate determines the quality of our lives. Throughout our discussions, we've seen how negative energy can seep into our thoughts and actions, impacting our well-being. But the good news is that we have the power to change that. By incorporating mindfulness and meditation into our daily routine, we can create a sacred space in our minds, one where positivity can flourish. These practices invite us to be present, to observe our thoughts without judgment, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace. We've also delved into the importance of compassion, both for ourselves and for others. When we extend kindness and understanding, we not only lift our own spirits, but also influence those around us. Imagine a ripple effect where one act of kindness spreads, creating a wave of positive energy. It starts with us. When we forgive ourselves for past mistakes and release grudges against others, we free our minds from burdens that no longer serve us. Embracing the concept of impermanence has also been a key theme. Life is ever-changing, and recognizing this can help us let go of attachments that weigh us down. When we hold on to things too tightly, whether they are material possessions or past experiences, we create unnecessary suffering. By learning to accept change, we can flow more easily with life's currents and maintain our inner calm. The practice of loving kindness is another powerful tool in our toolkit. By regularly wishing well for ourselves and others, we cultivate a warm and open heart. This practice softens our minds and reminds us of our shared humanity. When we send love into the world, we create an environment where positive energy can thrive, both for ourselves and those around us. Overcoming fear and anxiety is an ongoing process, but through mindfulness and awareness, we can build resilience. Each time we confront our fears, we take a step toward liberation. By acknowledging our worries without letting them define us, we create space for courage and confidence to grow. Remember, it's perfectly okay to feel scared. What matters is how we respond to that fear. Finding balance is essential. Our minds, bodies, and spirits are interconnected, and neglecting one aspect can lead to disharmony. Make time for self-care, whether it's through exercise, nutrition, or simply enjoying nature. By nurturing all parts of ourselves, we create a strong foundation for positivity and peace. As we conclude, let's remind ourselves that the journey doesn't end here. The practices we've discussed are not meant to be temporary fixes. They are lifelong commitments to ourselves. Each day offers us a new opportunity to apply what we've learned. It's about building habits that support our growth and well-being. Engage with your mind regularly. Check in with yourself. Are your thoughts nurturing or harmful? By becoming more aware of your inner dialogue, you can make conscious choices to steer it in a positive direction. This awareness is the first step in transforming your mental landscape. Surround yourself with uplifting influences. The people you interact with, the media you consume, and even your environment all play a role in shaping your energy. Seek out those who inspire you and create spaces that resonate with peace and positivity. In closing, let's remember that we are all on this journey together. The path to removing bad energy from our minds is not always easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. Embrace each step, celebrate your progress, and be gentle with yourself along the way. Together, we can create a world filled with understanding, compassion, and positive energy. Thank you for being a part of this exploration. Carry these teachings with you and share them with others. May your mind be a garden of peace, and may your life be filled with the vibrant energy of joy and love.